Alrighty. So I'm so tired of talking about Matt Walsh, but the dude just keeps on saying stupid things, and so I have to keep on responding to it. Such is the era of the internet and how channels like mine work these days. But before we get into apparently Walsh's opinion on Wayne Brady, that's words, I guess. Everybody in chat's going, no, not more about Walsh, not more wet mulch. Sorry, guys, we gotta. Let's get into the fan art section first, though. Let's go ahead and do that. So the first bit of fan art we have here is from the Shadow Wolf. I present Shrimp Suris. It looks more like a bat, but oh well. You're telling me a Suris fried this rice? Oh, boy. The last one we have here is from Tales of Atonement. I asked Stable Diffusion to create a bed as a waifu, and this cursed thing came back. She even has booby pillows. That is... I could not sleep on that. I could not sleep on that. That would scare the crap out of me. As always, everybody, thank you for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, subscribe and go to Patreon and do all the things that help. I mean, one day there's going to be like a random millionaire that just sponsors the channel, and they're going to be like, all your problems are solved forever, but please don't compromise your values. It's never going to happen, but it would be hilarious if it did. I'm going to look at my Patreon tomorrow, and everybody will have left it in expectance of one person taking on all of the all of the channel's expenses. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into this.
Pick a side, okay? Pick a team.
Okay.
Stop being indecisive. That's what pansexual really is.
What? Okay. How is it? So I guess this goes for pansexual people, bisexual people, omnisexual people. Why would you have to pick a team? If you like both, you like both. If you like multiples, you like multiples. If you're like, hey, you're bi, you like cis dudes and you like cis women, yeah, cool. If you're like, hey, I'm pan and I like pretty much everything under the sun, cool. And it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect anybody. It doesn't affect anyone. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? If somebody's pan, why does it matter? Why do they need to pick a team?
Aside from made up, it's a lack of commitment.
Aside from made up, but Matt, did you know? Did you know that every word is made up? That's right. Every word. They're not bestowed from God on high. Words are social constructs. We built them to communicate with each other. So do you know what happens when we have a thing, right? You get a feeling, you get a strange feeling, and you're trying to describe it, and you don't know how to describe it yet. Like, let's say you're the first person to ever come up with the word bisexual or pansexual, whichever way you want to throw it in this particular conversation. You're the first person to have that thought. Also, Dusty Old Closet, thank you for redeeming your points for an ara. You fucking degen. But let's say you're the first person to have this thought, right? Here's how it goes. We'll just get ourselves over here. Hey, Joe, do you like guys or girls? Well, I think I like them both. I don't have a word for that, though. I mean, we got normal. What word we use? Well, let's see here, Joe. Two mean... we can use two for bi. So would that make you bisexual instead of homosexual? And I mean, I better not say that word around the pastor, but you know. Right. Oh, fair. Can I... Hold on. Question. I've been looking on that there Tumblr, and there seems to be other genders than just the two. What word would I use for that? I mean, we just made up this one. I don't fucking know. I guess a lot of things. Pan, like panacea. A lot of cure. Pansexual. I don't know. Go fuck off. Thanks, that works. That works for me. That's about how I figured that conversation would go, right? The very first person to invent either of those terms. And it reminds me of Hank Hill. Are you Chinese or Japanese? I said pansexuals and alcohol. Pansexual is now called go fuck off. Hey, what do you like? Go fuck off. Were you able to access my Slime Rancher fan art? Yes, I went ahead and accessed it during the video that I did it on. It'll be up in a few days. But this is what happens in language, Matt. When we find a feeling that we do not know why we have it or how it operates, we come up with a word for it. Now, the Germans have a really interesting way of doing this. They just take two words and they cram them together with super glue and hope for the best. Makes for some really long words. It's probably why German sounds so angry. Every single one of them is saying words that are like 10 miles long because that's just how their language operates. And it makes them angry. I'm kidding. Yarakora is going to find that and gonna... They're going to message me with a very, very strongly worded response. Said German's just as bad as English. So they also just speak with such anger they make it work. But the point is, we make up shit all the time. And this is how we make stuff up. This is how etymology works. You make stuff up, and then it sticks. Do you want to know how most words made it into the lexicon? It was made up and then it stuck. Do you know how long we had the saying that ain't isn't a word? Or even more funny, ain't a word? It's been a word for over a decade now. Do you know how often we've said y'all isn't a word? I mean, that's been in the English lexicon for years too now. Nope. How many times have you said nope? Did you know, like 15 years ago, nope wasn't a word? God, it's funny how that works. It's so weird how that works. I remember Ed, and Eddie episodes that were about, literally, Eddie saying nope, and Double D having to go, did you know that's not actually a word? Do you mean no? That's how English works. Yeet is a word now. If I say yeet, everybody knows what I mean. I'm meaning I'm throwing my problems away. Said Pokemon just pulled copyright BS on fan artists, did they? Well, that's not for today. That's not for today. Boy with an eye, I want a word yet.
And you know, the thing is, other people, I think, and this will be controversial, but other people have a right to know, okay? Other people have a right to know if they are potential objects of your sexual fantasies.
Hey, Matt, do you know how we would do this? Do you know there was a way that this was done. There was a way this was done. Let me go ahead and just take a look here. Yeah, let me just go ahead and take a look here. Let's see here. Do you remember the last time we saw something like this with the like, hey, general people around you deserve to know? Deserve to know if you could possibly be attracted to them? Here, I'll show you. It's funny. It's really funny, Matt. It's a very, very interesting... It was a very interesting time for human beings. It was a very strange one. Do you remember this, Matt? Do you remember what happened when we had to have a public identifier for people for their sexuality? Do you remember how that went, Matt? Do you remember that? Because I think, and I would hope, most people in America do. I think most people in America do. Did I just fucking spit my coffee? Yeah, it's almost like we've done this before. It's almost like we know where this is from. It's almost like we know where this goes. And it doesn't ever stop at trans people. Don't delude yourself. Never, ever, ever delude yourself into thinking it just stops at trans people. It never does. As conservatives and people like Matt win ground, they will go to more ground. Look at the internal turmoil that has happened with the LGB alliance. As conservatives gain ground against trans people, they will then move to gay people. They always have. As they gain ground against gay people, they will move to black people. They always have. As they gain ground there, they'll move to women. In general, they always have. This has been historically shown to be the case. You do not build an entire group of people on the idea of having an enemy and then eliminate that enemy and then operate with no identity. You simply create a new enemy. It's how it always works. It's how it always works. You end up creating a new enemy every time you defeat yours. Ask yourself, do a little bit of research for fun, and figure out why conservatism as a concept exists in America. Conservatism as a concept in most countries, and especially in America, has historically operated for the purpose of slowing down progressivism. In an ideal world, the idea is to make sure that as progress is happening, as social progress and economic progress is happening, the conservative movement is there to make sure that it is happening at a slower rate. That is what the purpose of conservatism has historically been in the United States. It has ceased being that for a while now. Instead of trying to slow progress, they are trying to revert progress. Again, we've seen where this mentality goes. We've seen it. We should have an identifier just in case for everybody to see. Yeah, we know where this is from. We know what it's for. But let's go ahead and continue.
And so that's why it's not fair to walk around and say, I'm attracted to anyone at all. No one's safe.
The only way that somebody is not safe from you being attracted to them is if you identify yourself as a sexual predator.
Now, whenever a group if there's like a group of people sitting in a room with Wayne Brady, and it's a diverse group, and you've got like a overweight 65-year-old man, and then you got a young woman and whatever. Everyone's sitting around, and they're all thinking, he could be attracted to any one of us right now.
Why would it matter? Dude, you walk into a grocery store and there's all kinds of people who could be attracted to you. Who cares? If people find you attractive, why does that matter? Why is this a problem?
Any one of us. It could be any of us. It's scary. It's like some kind of...
No, it's not, Matt. It's not scary. You're just a snowflake scared of normal people.
Agatha Christie novel in a weird way. So anyway, that's the news about Wayne.
That's not news at all. A person says, hey, they're pansexual. Okay, cool. Who cares? Nobody should care. It shouldn't be a thing that anybody cares about. And yet, apparently, it's a thing that Matt Walsh wants us to care about. But Mulch's greatest fear is realizing he's not the mighty, straight, white man he believes he is in his head. Yeah, no. This is... It's main character syndrome. It's main character syndrome. I mean, and I'm stealing that from the person who posted this clip. If you're worried that people around you might be attracted to you, why does it matter? If somebody's attracted to you, it doesn't matter. If they act on it in a way that you don't consent to, that matters. But again, that's the difference between somebody being attracted to you and somebody being a predator. There's a difference. If I go out right now and there's some guy who's gay who looks at me and he's just like, man, that guy has a Home Depot grade cock. I don't care. because I'm straight and I'm going to deny whatever advances the dude comes on to me with. Because it doesn't matter. Just like if there were a girl who I did not want to be with who did the same thing, who came on to me, it would not matter. Because attraction shouldn't matter that much. It's what people do with that attraction that matters. Love who you're going to love. Axo says Home Depot what? Yeah, have you never gone to Home Depot and gotten caulk? Have you never gone to Home Depot and gotten caulk? They have so much caulk there, and it's huge. And it can fill up so many gaps. It's actually what it's designed for. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And, internet video tagline here.